Alright, we're back.
What do you mean one of them died?
One of my clownfish died
Where?
in the tank.
I don't see him.
That's because he died. But I don't know what happened to the body. I think the crabs ate him.
Yeah, we're back. And if you don't know what we were talking about, you just joined us in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah. Because I started the episode halfway through the conversation.
Yeah, and we're back. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, the clownfish. You don't see him because one of the fish ate him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does anyone know what we're talking about?
I need some amber.
Talking about nature.
I need some amber.
Nemo was eaten. That's the ending. That's a true ending of Finding Nemo.
Uh-huh. They didn't say about that part.
Yeah. No, it's the true ending to Shark Tales.
Shark Tales?
Yeah. Walt Smith. he gets eaten by a crab.
Does he?
He doesn't, but
Oh,
I
don't know. I can't remember that. I can't remember that movie.
I remember I saw that in theaters. Actually, I think we should save the Shark Tale stories for when we play Shark Tale.
Yeah, but we didn't see it in theaters.
Yeah,
the first time.
I did.
No. We saw it in theaters, but it was when they did their when they do like the summer re-releases kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember. That's how we saw like the B movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny, pretty good movie.
Yeah, I like B movie.
Yeah.
I like
animated movies.
What is it? What is his name? Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Wasn't he supposed to get another TV show or something?
He was on I can't think of what show was called. Whatever that show was with Larry David.
I don't know what that is. I don't know who Larry David is.
He's the creator of Seinfeld. But they had like a show. It's like it's supposed to be like they're playing as themselves, but it's a written comedy, kind of almost like Arrested Development style.
But you did hear that apparently the Muppets. You did see that they're making a new season, right?
I think you told me about that.
And that apparently is going to be in the style of The Office.
The style of The Office.
You know how like they cut away for interviews, stuff like that. Seems like everyone does that thanks to The Office.
Mm-hmm.
About that.
That's because it's a mockumentary. That's popular.
That's popular. Mockumentaries are the comedy version of found footage movies, but better.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back because at least mockumentaries are funny.
Really.
Found footage movies are never funny,
yeah. Why would they be funny? They're usually horror movies.
Actually, they are funny.
Ah, crap! I died.
I died. They are funny because they expect us to be scared by it.
I'm scared.
Have you seen As Above, So Below?
No.
It's bad. It's one of those found footage movies, and it's like in the trailer.
Spoiler alert.
No one cares. In the trailer, it's like, oh, it seems like as soon as
I don't want spoilers. I don't want. I want to wait till I see the trailer for myself before you.
Do you honestly care about this movie?
No, I don't care.
Like in the trailer, it's like, oh, we go to the catacombs, and then all of a sudden, immediately, the black guy dies, and like
that's stereotypical.
That's how they made the trailer. Like all of a sudden, they're in hell or something. Like the catacombs are a gateway to hell, and it's immediately like that.
It's just there was another one that took place in like Egypt, that they were in a tomb.
Oh my!
Remember,
God.
it's like basically the same exact plot.
Well, what was that movie? I actually really want to see that one because
I can't remember it, but it's like the same thing. It's like, oh, we stumbled upon an ancient place, and now the demons are after us. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I actually
like
want to look at
movie.
that one because that one looked interesting. Mainly because I like the idea of going into ancient ruins. You know what I mean?
Why would you want to go in?
No, I mean I like the
idea.
Why
would you want to go into an ancient ruin?
But
they're all ruined.
I want to see that movie just because, like, whenever certain found footage movies with me, like I still want to see it even though it's bad. You know what I mean? Just to see the train wreck.
Yeah.
Because and sometimes they are good. Cloverfield wasn't bad. Well, it wasn't really that bad.
I don't know. These are the-
The only bad, like the thing I always hate about these found footage movies is that they're always like, how did this all happen? Maybe this happened. Like, and all of a sudden they never explain what happened. You know what I mean?
That's the point. That's why it's found footage.
I don't know. I just hate it because I hate movies. It's
When you make found footage, you don't have to have a plot.
but that's what happened with As Above, So Below. It was like 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's how long the movie was.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like everyone's going to be picked off throughout the entire thing. You know what I mean? Like as soon as they go into the catacombs, they start dying,
Yeah.
and they're in hell now, or a gateway to hell. But the thing is, they actually don't go to hell or go into that part, and people start dying until 1 hour into the movie. The last 30 minutes is just everyone dying, just all of a sudden. I thought throughout the entire movie it's about them fighting like their worst fears or something. But they don't even explain their fears. Like, I know that there's one guy that just, like, in the trailer... This is a spoiler, but in the trailers, like... There's this guy that... They run into, like, a burning car.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, that's not me. And always just gets dragged in for some reason. And then dies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, everyone's going to be forced to do that. Even though that's the only time someone was ever forced to... Forcefully that happened to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, they don't even explain why that happened. Like, I believe there was, like, a throwaway line. It's like, oh, why does he have that scar? Oh, don't talk about it. You know what I mean? We don't talk about that. And then that never gets mentioned again. I literally can, and all the characters are so replaceable, I thought he was someone else. Like, I literally thought that he was someone else that happened somewhere, like, in another part in the movie. And there's, like, 2 characters who don't even matter. I don't even think they had a name. I'm not joking. They didn't have a name. I don't think they said anything. They just were there.
Oh, wow.
And they died, and one of them survived. I don't think they're like. I think they just said his name one time. It was like, hey, come over here. I don't think he wasn't there. They're like 2 characters. It was like 5. There was 5 characters in the movie, and 2 of them didn't matter.
Really? Wow.
Like 2 or 3 of them, like. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think I only remember like 2 people dying. No. There were 6 people, and
There
only
we go.
4 of them mattered, and one of them only mattered because they were the black guy and also the cameraman, so they had to focus on him. Then there's like one Asian girl, I think, that didn't have any lines besides to get killed, and then one other guy that I don't think he ever talked. He literally never talked. I didn't think he existed until the end of the movie where he was like one of the final survivors.
Oh, hey, look at that.
It was bad. Like the last 30 minutes is when everyone dies. It's like, so it's like rushing.
Uh-huh.
So like every 5 seconds someone just dies. It's like, well, why? Like what happened? Like all of a sudden, like,
Oh, are we done?
yeah, the end of the level.
I think this might be the end of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend.
I don't know about that.
Let's continue this conversation just a bit longer. I can get this out of my system for this movie. But
Well, hold on. Why don't we save it for the next episode?
fine. I didn't want people to be like, oh, okay.
Not if they don't
Yeah, I'll
see
save
us.
it for the next
Stay low,
episode. Pause it.
keep behind cover.
Well, nah, we got a few minutes. You can keep going.
Okay. Basically, but one thing I can't stand is that it's like the reason why they go there is because they want to find this gem, this like stone.
Jim?
Like it's like this philosopher's stone or something. I don't know. It's like they don't explain it. Like it's like, oh, this stone can do anything. I think that's all it was. Like the alchemist stone. Like it's like, oh, this stone can do anything, and like, oh, I'm being haunted because my father killed himself, and like because of it, and like they go into the tomb, and then they find it,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden they use it to heal the girl that's about to die 10 minutes later to show that it could heal people
Yeah.
by like dropping some of the crumbs in it, by scratching some of the crumbs off of it.
Of a gym?
Yeah,
How does...
like they chip it away a bit, and like they rub it onto the ginormous gash in his ginormous gash in her arm, and all of a sudden her arm works again, fully functional.
That seems...
And then like they go into like the as above, like then they explain as above so below, like what that means. It's like, oh, it's like something for alchemists. I don't remember their explanations. Like, oh, everything's opposite or something. I don't know. But basically, it's like oh, it's not the like, oh, we lost our way to get in out of the place because like some of them like wanted to steal gold and they broke this thing, like this door, and everything crumbled on top of them, which is how that girl got injured.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is the way out, like this little hole, and it says, oh, this is the gateway to hell. So they go into that hole, and everything's sort of opposite quotations. Like it's not, but like certain, like at the very beginning of the area, everything's different, and all of a sudden the girl out, like then like everyone starts dropping because now they're in hell 1 hour into the movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, at one point, one of her love interest. Well,
I hit the mic. Hit the mic.
her love interest gets injured, and then like gets bit, like a gash, like a huge gash in his neck. And now all that's left is her love interest, her, and that random guy who hasn't talked at all except at this one point. Basically, they travel all this way into the tomb after finding the stone, and they try to heal him with the stone. It's like, oh, it's not working. It's like, wait a second, I just remembered something. The stone won't reveal itself. The actual stone won't reveal itself unless I put it back. Even though, I can't remember their explanation, but apparently it doesn't work now.
Sounds like the
So
dumbest
she runs
thing ever.
back. She runs all the way back throughout the entire tomb that they're following, even though in the area that they were just in, they were explaining how they had to be quiet because, like, ghosts or demons are walking around trying to kill them. And she just runs around, punching them in the face with the camera, making sure she could catch it all. You know what I mean?
I killed the hunter-killer.
Like, the thing, they're, like, catching it all on camera. And I'll explain how the camera makes no sense in a second. Well, and then she goes back and puts the stone there, like where it was. And like, okay, where's the real stone? It's like, there's a mirror. And she like dusts it off and she looks at herself. Oh, she revealed the true stone, so she runs back and then just like spits on her hands or something like that, and just like puts it on his neck, fully healed. They don't explain why. She also hugs her dead father that was hanging around. Get it? Because he hanged himself, and hugged him and is like, oh, I can't believe all the pain. I could never understand. Like I could never understand all the pain you went through, and like, oh, it's over. Then the movie ends with them like falling through a hole and then landing on a manhole cover, and then they push it off, and then they like go up, and then it's actually down. It's like they go down into it, and it's actually the surface. The end. It actually ends with that. It's like, and the camera, and they end it with like, oh, I just want, like, with her in an interview, like, oh, I just wanted to go in there and find the truth. You know how it always begins, how, like, found footage movies always ends with, like, the interview before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ends with that. I just want to go in there and find the truth. And then the truth was never found.
Ladies,
I mean, she didn't find the truth?
I don't know. I think it's like ends with her being the true stone after all. I don't know. I can't comprehend the movie. Why I hate it. Like I hate found footage movies. I hate movies that are like, here are all the, look at all these questions. You know what I mean?
Told you.
And we're going to explain them all. Oh,
Found footage prevents an actual plot because they set up it to be a way where they don't know everything. So it's like, oh, well, we don't have to explain nothing because they don't understand it themselves. So here you go.
But the thing is that, how long is this episode gone with this conversation?
I don't know. It's probably time to go.
But let me wrap it up. But like I can't stand it because like, oh, all these questions and none of them are answered. It's not, and they don't even sort of like make it like, oh maybe this could be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, it's not. Like I remember Cloverfield. I remember at one point they were like, maybe all these government people are here and they're going to nuke the city in New York, and like, maybe they created this monster. Maybe it's a bioweapon. It's like, and it's like, oh, maybe that's what it is, or maybe not, and they don't explain it. But the actual explanation for it is that at the final scene, they like look out into the sunset from the beginning of the recording that they're recording over, and it's like,
wait, are you gonna spoil Cloverfield?
no one cares. It doesn't. I don't see who. I didn't say who lives or who dies. I actually recommend seeing Cloverfield because that's actually one of the few found footage movies I can stand.
You don't like Paranormal Activity?
Oh God. I know you don't. You love it unironically.
I love it.
Yeah, and you hate me for Cloverfield for some reason.
I didn't say anything bad about Cloverfield.
But basically, I lost my train of thought. I think I've just been rambling.
I think you have been rambling.
Anyway.
Next episode?
Well, let me explain one last thing about
oh my gosh.
found footage movies I hate. Like, how does the footage get found? You know what I mean?
Police evidence, man.
I wonder when we'll finally get, like, the parody movie where it's just, like, it's like, oh, we found this footage, and it's like, you know how the Blair Witch was like, oh, like a police investigation, and they were like cut away from the police saying, oh, this is how that happened, didn't it?
I don't know. I've never seen Blair Witch.
No. Well, like, I can't, like, in that movie, you know, As Above, So Below, whenever they had it where everyone had a camera, because the guy who was, the black guy who was cameraman was doing a documentary about her, about what she was doing. Because everyone knows what she's doing. And he hooked up cameras on all the dead bodies, on all the people. But, like, the way people die, it's like, how did they get their camera? Like with the guy who got sucked into the car, he didn't actually get sucked into the car. He, like, got sucked into the ground, so his feet are just hanging off, like, just flailing around on top of the ground, with the camera buried in it, and they didn't unbury him, yet they have his footage.
You know.
But that's it. That's my ramble. The end of the episode.
So we name it episode now?
Yeah.
Finally.
Next time we'll talk more about Blair Witch. And I wanted to do this on the next episode.
Good have.
Bye. Pause it. Take the rest of the day off.
I'm glad I can enjoy my vacation.
Yeah. Take the rest of the day off, kid. By the way, all these hours of work.
By the way, can I mail my letter? Look. Oh, I guess not. That's fine.
Oh yeah, why can't you mail your letter? Aren't you? I know you're supposed to give it to somebody.
Yeah, you give it to him.
I don't think you give it to him. I doubt he does anything in this hotel besides stand at the front desk and rustle around some papers.